Well, howdy, 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 nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this. It's a hamster. Yes, indeed, this is the female hamster that I have. Her nose is, I think she's just rubbing her skin, her face up against the bars, and it's doing that, I think. So she's rubbing kind of her skin off of her, well, her fur off of her nose, I think. Still, of the two hamsters that I picked up, the two rescues, the little male and the little female, it was a kind commenter who had said, hey, you should name the male Charlie and the female Boogle. So, it's Boogle. She's very confused. I don't blame her for being confused. She's just sitting here and trembling in my hand, but she's being very, very well behaved. Super, super good. She's not bitten me this morning, but I've only had her in my hand for, the amount of time you've seen. So hopefully she's not going to bite, but she is just an absolute, right now she is just being an absolute sweetie. Hello. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to put her back in her cage, though, so that she doesn't go crazy and attack or anything. There you go, little one. Boogle. That's a heck of a name, isn't it? I have uploaded my latest OS gameplay to my game channel. So far, it is seeming to survive the content ID / blocking worldwide. I don't mind so much the content ID. If that happens, that's life. I mean, I have so many of my videos are copyrighted that that's not a big deal. If I lose monetization because of copyright issues, I don't mind that. What bothers me is when I upload one of my gameplay videos and then it's blocked worldwide. That is what really bothers me, because so far on my beat packs that I've downloaded, or beat maps, so far a lot of them, if they make it through and I don't mess with them, the content ID gets them blocked worldwide. No one can see them, so I have to re-download it, edit it, and then upload it again after it's rendered. So far seems to have survived. I'm going to double check, hit the refresh on that page to make sure that it's still non-content ID'd. Looks like it survived, son of a gun. So my latest playthrough is there. I was very, very tired and very cold. It was freezing out last night. I didn't have gloves, and I went for a walk from like 10:30 until after midnight, because it was just, my body was such, I had to go walk. And when I got back, my hands were so cold, and my hand was partially paralyzed in the first place. And so I was doing the best I could, and while I have downloaded the Windows 10 reinstall files to it's plugged in, so I can't just pick it up, but there's a flash drive that I've got hooked up to my system, and sometime today, after like my third video after I uploaded, I am going to reinstall Windows 10. Everything should work fine then. I sure hope. Oh boy, do I hope. It should stop hard resetting. The mouse should stop just not getting any input, where I move the mouse and it doesn't move. When I'm playing Osu, I'm still unsure of the title, but when I'm playing that game, what will happen is I'll be moving my mouse to try and do the stuff, but the cursor's not moving, but it's still recording input. So then when it starts taking the input in, it records where it thinks the cursor should be, and then just slides the cursor quickly and is straight to that point as it should be. So if I'm trying to follow a reverse slider and it suddenly just goes whoop over to the side, well, great, thanks. That just messes up my accuracy. Something wonderful there. Yay. So I'm going to be reinstalling Windows 10 today. If that doesn't solve the problems, then I don't know what the problem is. Because all of these things are really new. The mouse issues did not start. Well, I did not have any of these problems until I did the Windows 10 Creators Update. Oh, I got something fell into my eye. Probably an eyelash. But I had installed the Windows 10 Creators Update, and I had to fight with it, and it was just a mess, and so it's been a nightmare, basically, is what I'm saying. Oh yes, as a quick aside, I had been told yesterday or the day before that on the sender side, Potatotron, who had sent more bins, smaller bins, but sent bins in the mail, so that I can get some of them out of these smaller cages and into slightly larger ones, and that'll be good. But they had showed on their side as the bins having been delivered to my post office box on like the 3rd or the 4th. And on the 5th, the day of the 5th, I went to the post office and it still wasn't there. And yet on their side, they got this thing saying it's been delivered if they don't pick it up by the 10th. So I went there last night. Well, today's the 6th, so it was the 5th. Yeah, that must have been the 4th. Let's try and get the days correctly. When I went there on the 4th, there was nothing there. So I went there on the 5th. And son of a gun, there's a notice there that says I have a package to be picked up. I'm hoping it's the bins. It said, and this shows me that I'm right about my suspicions about our post office, it said on a little notice that it had been delivered to the post office on the 4th. So they got it on the 4th, and it took them another day of it sitting there for them to finally get the little container, the little slip, write it down, and then put it into my box. So, yay. So I gotta, after 8 o'clock, I'm going to go and drive down to the post office and pick that stuff up. Hopefully as well, I'll have some lights. These are supposed to have showed up between November 30th, I'm sorry I said November 30th and December 5th. And when I went there at the end of December 5th, the bulbs weren't there. It's possible that it's the bulbs I'm going to pick up, my Amazon delivery for that. If it's not the bins, then I'm going to have to tell them right there at the shelf, look, some things were delivered here and showed to the person who said it that it's been delivered. I need it in my container. The cat wants in. I'm very sorry. Now she's going to want out the window, but I can't get up and get her out the window. So that's going to be fun. Kitty. No, Kitty. Well, I'm going to have to fight with her, and I'm probably going to have to edit out part of the middle of this video. Yay. Anyway, though, I also wanted to talk about how, with my wife, not everything that's happened after her death has been terrible. I bought this after she perished. Cat, you get away from there. She's trying to get up to the windowsill, but there's no place to jump up to it because of all the hamster cages. Come here. I am so sorry. Well, she's a good kitty. But right now, I'm kind of busy. Hopefully, I'm not going to have to edit out too much of that. Great. Bloody cat. Anyway, though, as stated, I picked this up after my wife died. I saw this, and it was awesome, so I picked it up. I've been keeping it downstairs next to my wife's remains. I have her box of cremated ashes downstairs on a shelf, and I have this next to her, so she's got somebody to talk to her, but I brought it up so that you could see. I used to have, you see this Sandman of DC Comics fame? I used to have that next to her as well, back when I had things up and out, so that she had plenty of people to talk to when I wasn't around. But, I mean, she's gone, so she's not talking to anybody. But, to continue the thought that not everything was bad, for the first time while driving the other day, I have a problem. I used to go up against, while driving, I'd go smushed up against the right-hand side, up against that line. And then, for whatever reason, I started smushing myself up against this line and driving too close to the center line. And it drove her crazy, and I spent years trying to modulate, watching where the center line goes while driving to make sure I'm not hugging the line and too close over into the oncoming traffic line. Just have to make sure I'm centered. A few days back, I was out driving, and I noticed that I was hugging the center line again. So it's like she was still in the vehicle with me. I just said, well, looks like I'm still hugging the line there, baby doll. I am so sorry. And then I just said, well, with a smile, and I still love you. So it was a bit of time where I was able to remember something and go, gosh, look at this. I'm still doing it with a smile. So I started driving better, not so smushed up next to the line and more in the center of the lane where you're supposed to be. And it was nice. Afterward, of course, because I was thinking about it, going, gosh, I can think about it without crying. I, of course, teared up a little. But I think I'm doing pretty good. I mean, and when I was talking to my new counselor / therapist, and I mentioned how for 9 months after my wife's death, I could not figure out what I had done, and because I was just waiting to die, basically. And he said, yeah, it's kind of amazing you are still alive. As men, we don't do well after the deaths of our spouses, which is true. We tend to die very quickly after our spouses die. We tend not to survive that sort of thing. You'll always find people who's like, yeah, I'm on my 5th or 6th marriage. But that's on a bell curve of normality. There's the people that never get married no matter what. There's the people that are serial marriages even after their wives or spouses of whatever gender kick off. But in the middle, it's general behavior where men tend to die after our spouses die. I've been pretty bloody lucky through my life in that I'm still metabolizing. I mean, I've taken some major blows that really have killed other people my age. The biggest one that was the closest thing that freaked me out, and it freaked me out for some time, is I accidentally OD'd on methadone the first time when I first went on it. I took 2 milligram tablets, and I accidentally took too much over a 2-day period. I took like 12 milligrams over a 2-day period. That killed me. I stopped breathing. When my children found me, I hadn't been breathing for a while, and the doctors told my wife that it had been even 5 more minutes and it wouldn't have mattered. Narcan wouldn't have helped me. But they Narcaned me while my wife was literally keeping me breathing until the ambulance showed up. And then they got me to the hospital and they Narcaned me, and I came back. For the first, several weeks after that, it was weird. It is a really, really weird feeling to be walking around knowing you shouldn't be. That really you should be dead. You should have died. The world should still be going on without you. You should be dead. I was dragged kicking and screaming back through death's door to life. And it took a good week and more where the whole world was just different. Everything was different about the world and life. And I asked my wife, I said, is this the way you feel all the time? Because by that time, I had personally saved her life at least 12 times, if not more. Because there were plenty of times where it was a snap judgment I had to make, where if I hadn't guessed correctly about the right thing to do at the right time, she would have died. At least 12 times by that time in our marriage. And then more afterward, especially after she had a hemorrhage in her brain and her left half of her skull filled up with blood. If I hadn't been right on the ball at that time, it would have been over. It was really, really weird. And then, like I said, it took a good week and more of just everything was different. The entire world was different because of that. And it's still, I freak out about it periodically because I should be dead many, many times over. It is sheer luck and more that I am still alive, and it's a weird, bloody feeling to know that you really, really, really should be dead. Thumbs up on that. It's good to metabolize, though. Now, oh, that was a big lag lockup. I sure hope when I reinstall Windows 10 that that's going to go away, but I have a feeling it's not, because I reinstalled Windows 10 just a couple months back, and immediately it started this lagging on a fresh install, so I have no ideas. But I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments on my community tab. I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people. It's a range because I forget. Even with counting on my fingers, I forget. If I mispronounce your name, no disrespect is intended. I am an American English speaker. We're not good at names. I'm better than most, but not good. So I'm going to go through and thank people now. There is It's Corrupt. Thank you so very, very much. Oh, yes. And I'm not reading the comments now. I'm going to read the comments afterward. And whether it is a good comment, a bad comment, and a different comment, whether you're saying thank you so very much, you're a wonderful person, or why haven't you died of cancer yet, you old fool, or this is a video, you are a human being. They are all equal in my eyes, because you're getting me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people. Not a good landscape behind these eyes. So we also have Otto Rickard. Thank you very, very much. And Ice Damon. Thank you very, very much. Draco Killerus. I sure hope so. Thank you very, very much. And Jingo, thank you, greatly appreciated. Miklo the Mexican, son of a gun, thank you. Derma, greatly appreciated, thank you very, very much. Anthony Ornelas, thank you very, very much, greatly appreciated. And Isaac Trevino, thank you. And Russo, thank you very, very much, greatly appreciated. Jalen Harrington, I sure hope I'm close, thank you very, very much. Cursed Veil, 419, son of a gun, so close to 420. Thank you very much. Personal account. Son of a gun. Nice name. Thank you very, very much. Ooh, Martian for Hire. I like that name. Thank you. Greatly appreciated. Spiller Face. Thank you. Heck of a name. Thank you very, very much. Andrew Miller. Thank you. Greatly appreciated. And Nano Hazard. Son of a gun. Thank you. Joe Moody. Greatly appreciated. And Miccury. Miccury. Thank you very, very much. Leonidas Livrail. I sure hope I'm close, but probably not. Thank you very, very much. Fedro LP, thank you. Greatly appreciated. Matt Paul, thank you very, very much. Conspo Lopez, thank you very, very much. Greatly appreciated. Dedi Kun, Dedykun, thank you very, very much. And then last but not least, Adrian Alien. Thank you all so very much. As stated, my arm is so sore. As stated, you get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people, and that is a very good thing. I'm clinically depressed. I have bipolar disorder. As stated, my wife died only 3 years ago. 6 months after she died, her cat committed suicide. I don't think he knew he was going to die. When cats get bothered, they do things. He stopped eating and drinking. And when you stop drinking, you damage your kidneys. He stopped drinking long enough, his kidneys stopped working. He died because my wife died. Man, that was a double shot right there, too. Let me tell you, because he had been the thing that was holding me together, and then he died. That was a real big double whammy. What was that? Oh yeah, I was talking about the depressing state of my mind. If you could check out my links down below, that would be awesome. I got like Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com, Google+. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron, that would be awesome. I have been continuing to leech Patreon patrons. More and more people dropping off and nobody becoming patrons to replace them. If you could, that would be awesome. I would appreciate that. You people are the only thing that is keeping me inside this house. If I continue to lose patrons, I'm going to probably become homeless. So if you could donate or to my GoFundMe campaign or become a patron, that would be awesome. But if you cannot donate or you do not donate, I take all good wishes, deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest. So thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, that would be appreciated as well. I do appreciate, God, I use that word too much, appreciate all the positive validation for my existence. And if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be cool. But I do understand my personality has rubbed people wrong my entire life. So if you don't like the channel, you don't want to subscribe, I do understand. But if you are down with it, I'll do my best to keep you entertained from now until, well, the literal end of time. So thumbs up. I got a gameplay video coming up for this channel toward the end of the day. I got a reaction video coming up not that long from now. Hopefully, well, I've already uploaded an Asu gameplay to my game channel, so go check that out. I should have the links down below, or an end card if I'm lucky. So you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is a very good thing. So keep smiling, because out there is a bus with your name on it.